Good morning, class 11. While in continuation with our topic, Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation, where already you people have learned how to calculate coefficient of correlation by shortcut method. So today you will be learning how to calculate coefficient of correlation by step deviation method. So children, before we calculate, there are certain things which you are supposed to keep in mind before you calculate coefficient of correlation by step deviation method. So the very first thing is that from the value of, again, that is x and y series, you need to assume any of the value which you feel you are more convenient. Then with that assumed mean, what you will be doing, you are going to calculate the deviation. Now after calculating the deviation, what you are supposed to do is you will divide the dx and dy by some common factor. So that common factor can be C1 for x series and C2 for y series. Now then after that, the sigma dx dash and sigma dy dash are actually found out by adding the deviation. Then what you are supposed to do, that deviation of the two series are then multiplied as dx dash into dy dash, and the multiples are obtained by sigma dx dash dy dash. Now children, after that the squares of the deviation dx dash square and dy dash square are added up to find out sigma dx dash 2, that is square, and sigma dy dash square. And then finally the coefficient of correlation can be calculated with the formula which goes like this: R equals to, which is coefficient of correlation, equals to sigma dx dash dy dash minus in bracket sigma dy dash bracket close into bracket sigma dy dash bracket close upon n upon square root sigma dx dash square minus in bracket sigma dy dash square upon n into square root sigma dy dash square minus in bracket sigma dy dash square upon n. Now what we will be doing, we will be calculating, and the data which has been given to us is the price and the demand, price in rupees and demand that is in kgs. So the price to calculate coefficient of correlation is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and the demand is 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Now if you see, there is a table which has been drawn, and in this table the very first column is of x, and children, x over here is the price. Second column we will be calculating the deviation from the assumed mean. Third, the common factor we are going to find out, and the fourth column is dx dash square, where we are going to square up the value of dx. Then next we have again y, where we have taken the value of demand. Then after that we will find out the deviation. Then after deviation there is a column of common factor, and then we are going to square up the dy, that is dy dash square, and in the last we are going to multiply the value of dx dash and dy dash together. So let's start. The very first thing, I have copied down the value of x, that is price 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 as it was given, and when I have counted the value I got 5, so I have written n equals to 5. Now to come towards the deviation, I need to assume any of the value. As already I told you, it is up to you that from the value of x assume any number. I have assumed 15. So when I will deduct the assumed from x, the very first is value is 5. When you minus 15, so you get minus 10. 10 minus 15, you get minus 5. 15 minus 15 you get 0, 20 minus 15 is plus 5, and 25 minus 15 is plus 10. Now the thing which we will be doing is we are going to find out the common factor. Children, to find out the common factor, as already I have explained you in my previous video, you need to find out that number from which all the dx can be divided. So if you see over here, our dx is 10, 5, 5, 10, and the common factor could be 5, because with the 5 all the numbers could be divided. Like the first one is 10 divided by 5, you get minus 2. Then 5 divided by 5 minus 5, 0 will be 0. Again plus 5 divided by 5 is 1. Then plus 10 divided by 5 is 2. Now what we will be doing, we are going to add all the negative values together and positive together. So our negative value is 3 and positive also 3, and if you deduct it you get your sigma dx dash as 0. Now we are going to square up the dx value. So if you see our dx, the calculated value is minus 2. So if you square up you get 4. 1 will be 1, 0 is 0, again 1 will be 1, and 2 will be squared up, comes to 4. So let's add all these values together, that is sigma dx dash square, and you get it, the value is 10. Now the next is y. Again y is demand, children, and I have noted down as it was given, that is 40, 35, 30, 25 and 20. Next is we need to find out deviation. Already told you, assume any one value from the y to be as your assumed value. I have assumed 30. Now if you are going to minus the value of y from 30, you get, that is 40 minus 30 is 10, 35 minus 30 is 5, 30 minus 30 is 0, then 25 minus 30 is minus 5, and 20 minus 30 is minus 10. Now in the next, again a common factor we have to find, from which all the values, dy values, could be divided, and that factor is 5. So the first one is 10 divided by 5 comes to 2, 5 divided by 5 comes to 1, 0 will be 0, minus 5 divided by 5 will be minus 1, and minus 10 divided by 5 is minus 2. Again let's add the negative values together and positive together, and then we are going to deduct. So if we added, we got positive as 3 and negative also 3, so our sigma dy dash is 0. Now we are going to square up the value of dy. So first is 2, that comes to 4, then 1 will be 1, 0 will be 0, again 1 will be 1, and 2 will be 4. Now add up all this value together, you get sigma dy dash square to be as 10. And the last thing is you need to multiply the dx dash and dy dash together. That means what you are supposed to do is that you are supposed to multiply minus 2 and 2. When you multiply it, you get minus 4. Minus 1 with 1, you get minus 1, 0 will be 0. Then 1 into minus 1, that comes to minus 1, and 2 into minus 2, that comes to minus 4. Now children, when you add them together, you get sigma dx dash dy dash, that comes to minus 10. Now what we will be doing, we are going to put this value into the formula of coefficient of correlation, which is r equals to sigma dx dash dy dash minus, in bracket sigma dy dash back in multiply, in bracket sigma dy dash upon n upon square root sigma dx dash square minus, in bracket sigma dx dash square upon n into square root sigma dy dash square minus, in bracket sigma dy dash square upon n. So sigma dx dash dy dash is minus 10, and when we take sigma dx dash, that is sigma dx is dash is 0, and sigma dy dash is also 0, upon n is 5. So it comes to minus 10 minus 0 upon 5 upon sigma dx dash square is how much? It is, children, 10, minus sigma dx dash is how much? It is 0, upon n is 5, into square root sigma dy dash square is how much? It is again 10, minus sigma dy dash square is how much? Again it is 0, upon n, that is 5. So children, when you calculate minus 10 minus 0 upon 5, then you divide 0 with 5, comes to 0, so you get minus 10 upon, same goes when you calculate 10 minus 0 upon 5 into square root 10 minus 0 upon 5, you get a square root of 10 into square root 10. So children, when you calculate it, you get the square root of 10 with 10 into 10, that is of 100, you get it a square root of 10, that is, you get 10. So minus 10 upon 10, you get a value of minus 1, where your R, that is coefficient of correlation, equals to 1. And this is a situation of, children, perfectly negative correlation between the price and the quantity demanded. So this is how you can calculate Karl Pearson coefficient of correlation by step deviation method.